Hey, I'm AJ Lodge. Before I say anything for my speech, there are some people I want to thank. And I could thank the administration, I could thank my teachers, I could thank my family, but I think more importantly, the people who have contributed most to putting me up here are every single person who's ever lent me a pen or pencil. Because I'm a very ill-equipped person. And if you know me, you know what I mean. My first day of kindergarten, I was that tall kid. That big for his age, doesn't know how to make friends, isn't he in second grade, tall kid. And being the tall kid can be tough at times. I always felt like I didn't quite fit in. And I went to middle school where I only knew a few people. And once again, I was that tall kid. That who is this guy, doesn't talk to anyone, isn't he in 8th grade, tall kid. But I remember 4 years ago, I came to El Camino. And all of the friends I had worked so hard to make in middle school all went to different high schools. And I thought that, again, I'd be that tall kid. So I walked into this whole new experience, this whole new world, high school, and I'm finally here, and all I could think about, all I noticed, was I wasn't so tall anymore. There were people taller than me. I felt average, normal. I'd never fit in so well. I'd never fit in before. And I went to all my classes, I talked to people, I made friends. And maybe it was because we finally saw eye to eye. And 4 years later, I understand why. Today I stand here taller than I've ever been. And it's because here at El Camino, we've all grown so much. And I don't just mean as students. Sure, we have some of the brightest in the country, but this high school has helped us grow in immeasurable ways. As a filmmaker, I can say I'm only still making movies because of the amazing film program we have here, run by some amazing teachers. And I think a lot of you share similar stories. We are a class filled with passion for what we do. We take advantage of all we have here. We take every single opportunity to be more than just a student. And El Camino is more than just a school. I mean, it is the athlete's field, the artist's canvas, the actor's stage, the musician's instrument, it's the writer's page, and so much more. I talk to friends from other schools, and I can guarantee you that they drool over what we have here. I mean, not every other school has a senior picnic, a powder puff, a Mr. El Camino, a lip sync, a show for every art department in existence. No other high school can compete. All other high schools, they fall short. And when people say, man, Elko sucks, I wish I went somewhere else, I say, where else would you rather go? And they never have an answer. And maybe I have a disgustingly large amount of pride for my high school, but the truth is, you were all just as supportive. I remember I went out on stage for the first time when I hosted Lip Sync, and I saw the ridiculous turnout of people. I mean, it was standing room only. And the only thing I noticed, the only thing I thought about was, meanwhile at Taft. They're not doing anything. And all of us have had a favorite teacher, or perhaps a not so favorite teacher. But whether they pulled you here today, or they pushed you, they helped get you here. And there's a large portion who are here after school, meeting with students just to make sure they understand what it is they're teaching. Some even buy supplies for their own classrooms. And what they do every day, it actually shows. I mean, Mr. Fady is always bragging about our API score. And I have a feeling he'll be telling everyone next year it's gone up yet again, even though half the student body on their CSTs bubbled in YOLO. And now that we've had this experience, 4 years, that was more like 4 months. We're all leaving. And maybe you don't miss it now, but you will. There's a lot to miss. But more than anything, more than any event or teacher, assembly or club, you will miss the people. You'll miss your friends. I mean, we didn't go to high school by ourselves. No matter who you are, what you do, whether you took straight APs or barely passed life skills, we're all in the same boat. We grew not only as individuals, but as a class. The freshmen have not gotten any shorter. The seniors, they just keep getting taller. And we are still getting taller. And when graduation is over, and you want to take pictures, and your mom, who's watched you grow, is crying because she's never had to back up so far with the camera, it might just hit you. It might just hit you how big this field once looked and how small it's gotten. You might look down and realize that the ground has never been farther away, and you'll have a hard time breathing because where you are now, the air is just a little bit thinner. The sunshine on your neck is a little bit hotter, and you are one step closer to wherever that place is in the sky where your dream lies. And whatever your dream is, whatever your plans are for after today, whether it's Stanford or Pierce, your art, or your lotto winnings, you are going to step into the real world, step into your futures. And I have but one warning for all of you. Because of how much we've grown, prepare to be that tall kid. You know, that MVP, that CEO, that graduate of the class of 2012. Prepare to be the best at what you do. Prepare for others not to measure up. And it's going to be hard being this tall. But the key is, no matter how good you've got it, how much of an advantage you have because you came from El Camino Real Charter High School, never look down on anyone or any opportunity. Just hold your head up high. Remember where you came from. And when someone asks, hey, how's the weather up there? Smile and say just fine. Congratulations, everyone. And the only reason you're so restless about sitting here is because all of our heads are already in tomorrow.